Good morning. Today is day 14 of building my own business, and it was a good day. I had a conversation with my friend who is cracked at coding. Like, he knows a fair bit more than me about this stuff. He worked in a product development studio, and basically the same guy who recommended come with a complete product, even if it's minimal, and basically helped me realize that reporting is a huge part of this. Um, Encouraged me to basically sit down and write out my thoughts, because how I've been developing for the most part is making development decisions along the way as I'm developing, which is maybe not the fastest, but it's just, I guess, what naturally happened. And when I didn't really think about my process, that's the process that took hold. And he wants to help me out, I want him to help me out. And I've kind of not told him how he can help me out, and because I didn't think about it. And that's what he encouraged me to do, is to basically lay out all my thoughts. So two people can work together. We make development decisions beforehand, and then you develop. So it's a pretty simple split of these two things that used to be interleaved, and I think it's good. So I know it's good. It's just the way that I've thought out some stuff. So I thought out here the four concise but complete things that the system needs to do. So 1, Montessori teachers can upload updates into the system. Okay. 2, Montessori teachers can view and edit all updates. 3, Montessori teachers can send updates to parents. And 4, Montessori teachers can generate a report. Those are the 4 things. I was a little vague in them because I wanted to give myself creative freedom. Then I specified more. So the first one, about uploading updates into the system regularly, I defined that further as an app on a phone to upload a photo, and it could either be of handwritten notes or of students. And then you can approve each update before they go into the system. So a couple of things here. I determined that there needs to be an app, because how else it makes no sense the customer experience or the use workflow, because the photos are going to be taken on the phone. So if you don't have an app, it doesn't make sense that it can be the simplest app where it's just an upload and you just choose what type, if it's notes or students. B, so Montessori teachers can view and edit all updates. That's the work ropes with the beads that you may have seen before on this past videos. That's what I've developed and redeveloped a lot. That's the record keeping system. Being able to digitally edit and view all that. Okay, the third thing is Montessori teachers can send updates to parents. And I further define this as sort of a short summary of the changes since the last parent update. So you take the work ropes and you filter them for the most recent, up to a certain date. I want a text area so that teachers can type their paragraphs. And then this is where I'm including student images as a crucial part of the software, which I think it actually is, just because of how widespread it is to take photos of children working, and because parents want these. So just an area for you to select whichever images you want to send in the update. And then lastly, Montessori teachers can generate a report. So most schools have a report already. I want to automatically fill that report with the data from the record keeping system. There should be a place to type additional comments, and this should be downloadable and printable. So that's all the main 4 things. I made 2 auxiliary requirements basically. One is that the teachers can edit student information, and the second is they can edit the report items or the curriculum. So then each one of those gets more detailed with pages of little notes And I guess this is like what's called a low fidelity like design. Like most people would do this in Figma, but I guess I'm old school. I didn't catch the Figma wave yet. But yeah, so that's really exciting. I think this will speed up my development, not just because Alder's helping me, but because I actually have my thoughts written down and I've made decisions that instead I had just been like putting off into the distance, which means nothing gets done on them. But yeah, this leads me to another thing I realized talking with him and afterwards looking at the report of the school that wants to work with me. And I realized, like, at least a theme I've been dealing with is that like record keeping needs to be meaningful. And like, as much as teachers say they want to record keep, they end up maybe not doing it as much. So I thought maybe I'm actually record keeping the wrong things. Maybe it shouldn't be the subjects like practical life, sensorial, math, language, and so on. And the rows should not be like the works, is what I've been calling them, which is like pink tower, broad stare, like all the things that like when a child completes, like you know that they learned a little bit of, like you learned something, and it keeps, like the teacher keeps track of where they are in the curriculum. I think that was close, but I think what would be better is if it just models the report. So each row in a report is what's in the record keeping system, and the headings in the reports is the what I called the subjects before. And the reason why I'm like really like confident that this is like a good development is because that's like what the job of the report is. It's to be like a distilled, like what are the important things about the curriculum? What do parents care about? What do we care about? What like signifies child development? That's like, they already did the work for me. That the report is what they care about. So everything that I was like providing a way for them to track that wasn't in the report, not that they don't care about it, but it's like they can keep that in their head, is my current running theme. Maybe I go back on this, but I think that it'd be a lot more valuable if each row was just what was in the report. So yeah, I think that doesn't change, like, I mean, it changes, I think, how schools are going to respond to it. It changes how I view myself as not a record-keeping solution, but instead a reporting solution, reporting company. Yeah, it's exciting. I think it doesn't change that, like, photos can be uploaded still. I just change what the work list is now like the report items. And yeah, that was day 14. Excited to see what happens tomorrow.